Well, hello there. How are you? I'm good. I am going to talk to you today about how to use Google Forms as a lead intake form until you are ready for Dubsado. So, what is Dubsado for those of you who are unaware? It is a software that will automate your entire business and will handle everything that you could possibly need. And you might say, well, Amber, if it's so awesome, why wouldn't I just automatically start there? That's a really good point. I personally think that businesses need to be making money before they start spending money on tools like this. In particular, you probably need to be making 2 to 3 times what the cost is for, let's say, 6 months worth of Dubsado, so Dubsado costs $35 a month. So if you were to put that out, you need to be making, I'm going to say honestly, you need to be able to pay for it for a year. So 35 times 12. You need to make about $420 to be able to make well over $420 to make that worth it. And here's why I say that. I have in my business, I've been in business for 7 years, invested in tools and systems in the past, and then things happened in my business and I had to find a new system that was less expensive because I couldn't afford to keep the system that I had. And so until you are consistently making that kind of money, I don't necessarily recommend it, just because it's not an efficient way to do business. Okay. And there are other options that are free. So as automated as and as beautiful and all-in-one system kind of thing that Dubsado is, and I believe there is a point in your business where it makes sense to use Dubsado. I just think that you can wait on it. It's one of those things you can wait on. And I would much rather you spend that money on a email marketing platform or a content scheduler or something else. I can find about 20 different things to do with that $35 a month that would really help up your game. So what I think that you should do, quite frankly, is start out with something like Google Forms as your entry point, and something that you're going to put on your website in order for leads to contact you. And on your Facebook, on wherever, you need some place where people can click and to put in their information and those leads can come in. So today I'm going to kind of show you how to do that. Okay. All right. So let me get the right window up here, and we are going to share my screen. Actually, let me log in before we do all that. Need to make sure I'm on the right Google Drive because I have several. And that's definitely not it. Okay. And we'll go ahead and pull this up. All right, here we go. Ready. Okay, I'm back. All right, so this is one I built yesterday based on the Dubsado form that I currently have. And here's the thing, like the Dubsado form doesn't look considerably different, okay? And there we go. And I will actually show you how to make one of these super fast and kind of show you how to format it and things like that, because they're really not hard. But here's what I did. I said, tell me a little bit about yourself, and you can do a form description here. And then this is what the people actually see if I do just the page, right? and it's going to ask them their first name, their last name, the phone number, and their preferred method of contact, and which services they're interested in. Okay. Are they interested in a get aligned with your processes session, done for you setups, or a monthly retainer services? And then their ideal start date. Then they're going to click submit. Once I get in here, I haven't actually loaded this anywhere. So if there were responses, they'd be here, and then I can pull that up here. Okay. And see all of the responses and actually pull some out. Now, if you watched one of my previous videos, I talked about using Trello as a CRM. So you could actually get this hooked up to where when a lead comes in here, they are added to a Trello board, which is kind of cool. So I'll do another video on how to link those two things up, okay? But for now, we're just going to actually look at the form itself. All right. So when you're in here, let's say I wanted to change the theme. I could come in here and I can change it out. I can change this image up here if I wanted to one of theirs, or you can upload your own photos. I think some of these are pretty neat, actually. I've done one with this one before too. I really liked it. But if you change this, it's going to change the color scheme to watch. Yes, now you've got these different colors in the backgrounds, right? And what may end up happening, and you can change the font style as well. If you'd rather it be a little basic, you could do that. If you want something decorative, the problem with decorative is it tends to not be very legible, and playful just doesn't seem very business-like to me. So I like the formal, or I would stick with the basic as well. One of those two. All right, now those are your theme options. Again, if you want to generate a preview and see what that looks like. Now let's say you want to add this to your website. Okay. So we are going to something's not working right. Anyhow, okay, we're going to go into the back end of my website here, and we are going to go to pages and pull up the sample here. Now I've already changed this, so this color scheme has already changed. So you can do this a couple of different ways. I've actually embedded this form. I'm using the Divi theme, and here, I'll just start a whole new one so that you can see what happens. And we'll call this walkthrough. Actually, I'm going to call that contact form lead intake. Okay, and we just publish it real fast. And then we want to view the page. And now we're going to enable the builder. This is really slow when I'm recording, so I apologize. And it's automatically going to pull this up. I'm just going to add a row. And then in this case, I could do this a number of different ways. If I wanted to have a header on it and maybe an image, I could do blurb. And let's see what that would look like. If I wanted to take that, because when I embed the image, it's going to be different. But if I wanted to, let's say, have this as my header, and do that. And we're going to make this 900. Okay. Oh, So what I wanted. All right. Then let's say I go down here. I'm going to go into text because this is where you're going to. Oh, I have to go get it. I forgot. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So we're going to click send. And if I wanted to email it, I could do that. So if you have somebody connect with you, say, oh yeah, go ahead and throw your information into this form just so I have it. If you want to do a link, which I'll show you how to do that in just a second, this is where you would get that form. And these two little arrows mean the embed code, okay? And you can change the width and the size and the height and all of that stuff here. But what we're gonna do is go ahead and click copy. We're gonna come back over here, and in this text field, not in the visual, because that won't do what you need it to do, but in the text field, you're gonna go ahead and put that in. And see, now it's in there. And then in design, we are just going to move everything to the middle, okay? And in the content, now you can put a title in here. So, are you ready to, let's go with jump in, I like that. Obviously, I've used it before. And then I can change the text on that, or I can leave it there, whatever I want to do, right? But now this form is embedded in here. They can fill that out, and then I could actually put that page within here, right? And that's all there is to it. Now, if I'm doing this, see how this is kind of red, and there's not really much red in here except there. It's not really making a whole lot of sense. So we can go back in here and change this background so it's more, it makes more sense. This is not normally clicked. We are collecting email addresses, which I highly suggest, especially if you are doing something like a client intake form. You want to make sure that you're getting those put together. All right, let's change this image to more of a blue or something more rainbow-like. We could actually just do, let's see what that would do to these colors. There we go. All right. So then I've already changed this. All I'm going to have to do is go in here and refresh this. And it should, if it's working correctly, change the color. Yep, see how it did? So it's going to take a second to load, and it's changed the color here. So it makes more sense with the picture I've put up here, okay? And then once these people enter their information, they're going to see a that is in your settings. So presentation, it's going to say your response has been recorded, and you can put your own custom confirmation message in there if you want. I would definitely uncheck the shuffle question order just because that feels a little weird. That's more for schools use this sometimes for quizzes, and that would make sense for a quiz. But just so you don't have kids copying each other. And we don't want to, actually we'll allow them to submit another response. Or you could limit it to one response, okay? But they'd have to sign in. And then respondents, can they edit after they submit? Can they see summary charts and text responses, okay? Totally up to you how you do that. But that's how you do this part of it, right? Now what we're going to show you is how to do a link. So let's say I wanted to go back into my pages. Let's click on, okay, we're going to go back into my pages here, go dashboard real fast. And let's go into pages. And we're going to go by date and work with me consulting. We're going to view that page. Okay, I'm in the middle of changing this up, but let's say I wanted to do it with a button like you saw at the bottom there. So when you get down to the bottom and you've built your page out the way you want it, you are going to click on this little guy here, or however you do your buttons, and go into content, click link, and instead of going to a Dubsado form, you are going to go here and click send and link, or you can just select copy. Let's see if we can shorten that URL. All right, so now that's copied. We're going to come back over here and go ahead and plop that guy in there, and then set it to open to a new tab. Okay. Once we click on save, we are going to exit the visual builder and check it. Boom. And now you've got it, it's opening to the right page, right? So how cool is that? This is an easy way to bootstrap things ahead of time and really kind of make sure that you are still getting the information that you need from the people that you need it from, and do so inexpensively. I mean, Google Drive in this case, that's on a free Google account. You get 15 gigs worth of storage completely for free just for having a Gmail account. So utilize those tools, and then once you get to a place where you can afford to do Google for Business, it starts out at $6 a month. I'll have a link for that below. But it starts out at $6 a month, and you get all of this stuff and more storage. So you get up to 30 gigs with the paid account, and then what you can do is actually have it based on your website. So I have one email address. It's info@amberslocum.com, and that's the one that is connected with my business Gmail. And it's super easy to start. It's super easy to use, and it looks exactly the same as regular Gmail, so there's no real change there. And it's just a more formal and more business-like email address. And like I said, I think I pay about $6.34 a month for it, so it's super, super inexpensive. But if you're running on a tight budget, that would be a way to start, and then you can start doing these things for free and utilizing these tools for free. And really, honestly, you can utilize these tools now with a basic Gmail account. So there's really not a lot of need until you are further along in your business to actually get a business email account. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. You guys have a great day. I hope this was helpful. If you really liked the video, go ahead and leave a like or a comment, and I would love to talk with you. Also, if you enjoyed this video and you've been watching kind of the series as it goes along, I would love for you to subscribe and come back and hang out with me some more. All right. See you later. Bye.